Greetings. Welcome to Legacy of Worlds. I am Tomekeeper Devon, and I just want to take some time to thank those who make this show possible. Hero Forge, WizKids, KP11 Studios, Foambrain Games, and of course, Lynn Vander themselves. But now, the adventure and the stories unfold. The teleportation sigil lights up, and the familiar blue-greeny, ozony, tanged location of Sigil, the City of Doors, appears to you once more as you tear in at full speed, fire spurting out, Pegasus neighing, a couple other people just kind of looking over, but most people don't. It's Sigil. This is not that weird. And it's like, yeah, my grandmother's got a Pegasus like that, and they just keep going.
I'm definitely like putting out a few flames here and there.
You're like helping people. You're probably a bit crispy. You probably got like chapped lips and stuff.
We gotta remember, I forgot. Like I'm at still at 10 hit points or something like that.
You look like Uncle Leo and Fred.
Yeah.
Felt just like your eyebrows are gone.
But I am definitely oh, smell that ozone. Oh, that's Sigil. Oh yeah.
Is that not you?
You guys hear? You guys can hear? Oh no, that's the wrong one. I was like, you can hear the slime on me, but it's probably caked on at this point.
I'm pulling out the healing rod and just being like, well, can you help me with this? Oh, sure, yeah, I'll take it.
Let's see, did I do my thing? No.
There's an awful lot of dragons on Krynn.
No, there's a lot of dragons, right?
Well, to be fair, there was a gigantic plane.
It is a gigantic plane. Planes are just sort of, they're infinite.
Was that, so why is it a plane if there's planes of existence?
Because the wings form a plane. On a plane. No.
Does it float on a plane?
No, the wings form a plane. And the plane air.
I gotta ask.
But what would you have if Yuan-Ti invented one of the planes? If they invaded a plane, then you would have snakes on the plane, right?
That's true.
Right.
Okay.
I'll
take it. Thanks.
I'll toss it while we're chatting. I'm going to toss a 4th level cure wounds at you as well.
Oh, thanks. I'll take it. Now I do have to say, I know we got a universe to save, but this has been bugging me. So Merrick's pulls a scroll out of one of the pockets of his thing, and he's like, Shadowdale, explain this. This is
which one?
This is a spell.
Yeah, which one?
It's not even your top level spell, and it's called Demiplane. And you're telling me that you just have a spell that just lets you permanently create a Demiplane.
Demiplane, biplane. Tell me the difference.
You could just cast it tomorrow and make another one.
Wait a second.
Well, you need to have some place to start dirty weekends.
Demi is half, Bog is 2.
Is it do you get paid every 2 weeks or every?
I'm just saying. You just got this sitting there on the shelf. Like the housing potential alone is
Hold on.
mind-boggling.
Create worlds.
No.
Yeah.
I can create demiplanes. There's a difference.
That is.
Please explain.
Actually have brought an interesting point. If you have these planes that you can create that are different from the planes that he's talking about, these planes,
There's little planes.
but the little planes have a source of dimensional energy.
I mean,
Once this is complete, we could go around and repair some of the planes that have been damaged from these planes.
I would just like to say I do not like this at all. Like, I want to see the science behind this. For all I know, this is taking dimensional energy. Like, this is very bad science.
Let me make a point here. The skill to being, a powerful archmage is knowing when not to use your powers.
Okay. That's
So you-
For what reason do you use demiplane?
Oh, good point the other day.
Yes.
It's a place to keep your snacks. Why do you use it?
30 weekends.
There you go. All right. Thank you. Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system. It's just been bugging me.
20 hit points for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I do feel. Yeah, I feel much more calm now. Thank you.
Still very.
Thank you, Linda. Thank
Just
you.
one important question. Where are we?
We are in the
What the doors are.
the city of doors. It is a place that is
It is a
of no plane. It is its own. Well, for the sake of argument, it is its own demiplane. It's connected everywhere. It's ruled by a lady whose name we don't speak, who is in effect the immortal of this place. Imagine an endless city. When we go outside, you'll see city above you curving around, not just below you. And it's
That's not hard to imagine.
okay. Think of any crowded city that's full of the trash of the universe, including us.
When we go outside, don't freak out.
Yeah, don't freak out.
Just
really
be,
won't.
be cool.
And don't
cool.
This
be
one is quite
rude
different.
to hulking brutes in red armor with spikes on it.
You've been to my home city. You know what it's like when I see people with red armor. I'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
This is sort of like a nexus. A point, a central point. Yes.
So it's, I got it. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
basically some big city with a ton of doors that lead to other places.
I gotta say,
Got
With
it.
residents from those other places coming here as well.
Should we show him the orrery?
yeah, definitely.
And they usually came here because they're not wanted back home.
If I may suggest one thing though, we are on a time limit.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
So
Pronto.
we must probably, at least on the way, you could probably show him stuff, but
Well, yeah, so I was going to say, if you're going to Fell's tattoos, it's in the opposite direction of the planar energy core.
Yeah, we definitely
Let's go. I mean, I've shown you the planar energy, through the sensory stone. So
Yeah, very brief.
I don't really want to deal with Dr. Doofus anyway.
Yeah, let's go to Fel.
For what?
This place is connected everywhere by doors. There's just a back door everywhere, and this guy we're gonna go talk to knows where all the doors are.
All right. We could get
So
tattoos.
One question.
Oh yeah.
One question. Do any of us need a short rest or a long rest before we go into a heavy-duty battle again?
I don't believe so. I
The
believe
short rest will be in the way or
in a day is like, actually,
Sure.
fine.
I
Fine for me.
without the use of my most powerful stuff.
But is it worth it?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Not to face
a
any
long rest would be pushing it because you just had one at Elmer's Tower and you've only done a little bit so far today.
Yeah.
But a short rest is certainly with it.
Okay.
Would it make sense to go to this Fellish tattoo place?
Yeah.
And then take, a couple seconds to regroup there?
Oh,
Yes, absolutely. Because if you get a tattoo,
it will be used to try and give you a tattoo.
We can take our short rest while you're getting the tattoo.
so first off,
the
when we say
process
you
itself.
should, that's not necessary. We possess these tattoos. You had momentarily, when we were in the weave, the ability to speak to us. That's this.
I still do. I haven't.
Well, it shouldn't be. I thought you
doesn't
said it
work,
only
right?
worked because of the weave, or
Yeah, that's right. Well, it was because he was in realm space.
yeah. So theoretically, once we left Toril,
Hear
got
that thoughts
dropped
now?
out. Can you hear us? Can you get it? We're talking about you.
Yeah.
That was very funny. That was so funny.
You couldn't do
Anyhow,
that.
the point
I haven't gotten over the pink tutu yet.
if you are willing, if you would like to be part of the Sunny Bees, we would love to have you get a tattoo so you are part of the crew.
As soon as you say Sunny Bee, he just lights up. And it is like,
Okay, you know what? Well, we have the time then. Might as well.
All right. You're paying for this one?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I seem to have lost all of my rubies and emeralds. I don't know where they went, and I kind of pat my, pouches of holdings that my new.
Oh, you want another bag?
Can I just
Thank
say,
you.
Italian, Canadian, slang for son of a Sonny. So the fact that we're calling ourselves Sonny Bees.
Son of a bee.
It's okay.
So funny. It's just
We're
like
really referring to bastards. Son of the bastard. It's fine.
absolutely.
Well, that's gentle compared to what Elminster usually gets called.
Phil, tattoo, gate.
Yes.
Let's go.
Heading outside.
Racist.
Heading outside. Yeah.
Yeah, face first.
Heading outside the
Okay.
Hall of Information. Yes.
I had these two gave me their bags from Elminster. I am just straight up handing one of these to Face Fist. and just,
Go back.
You say,
this is an investment. I want you to, to work your future. Do you want more carriages? Do you just want to focus on your fighting?
So,
what do you want
I
to
want
do?
to say, as you come out now, in the past when you've tried to flag him down, you've had to wait and get rid of a bunch of other sedan chairs.
Yep.
This time he's just got a pipe and he's leaning outside his.
Excellent.
I figured you'd be back at some point. I've been able to live perfectly fine without having to work for a while. So
Well, now you're going to do better. Take that and use it.
for
Get
your
yourself something nice.
An ogre is currently just this with a face that looks like he's been punched a couple of times. Is just holding onto a big rickshaw-like cabin with an onion-shaped carriage, and he's just waving around. As you hand him the bag, he just you see almost in his eyes as
No, look inside.
Take a look inside.
That's not copper pennies, my friend.
Just like the opals and the rubies.
he lifts up
Now,
part of his loincloth.
I'm just saying, we'll be back. I'm hoping you're going to do something with that, my friend.
I can just imagine.
Drinking initially, of course, but afterwards.
I can just imagine the next time we come, it's not this little onion. It's this hot rod estate vehicle with 4 other ogres carrying it.
I'm expecting that we get a half ogre or something who's part of the Face Fit network.
I can retire from the T Street Transit.
A nice stretch zucchini.
Exactly.
He should buy the gas.
See those movies.
No, he should buy the gastronome.
There you go.
As I say, you could.
I have no interest in doing such a thing, but perhaps starting my own fighting ring.
See, there you go.
Self-defense class. I've always wanted to teach
Well-
more people.
If you are interested, I can teach you some great self-defense moves.
You might be able to learn a thing or two from him too.
I would love to. I think what you have is fantastic. There's always room to grow and learn, my friend.
Of course,
Even
yes.
for myself.
I will teach you the way of face-to-fist combat.
And I will teach you the way of fist-to-face combat.
It's mainly about developing a thick skull.
Well, like...
Yeah,
Tell
well,
me.
Oh my God,
Kinda
I heard
it
that.
leads out. Woo! He's like a bounces. Well,
You should try crotch to foot. That's his other method.
I'm learning that one, yes.
well, I don't know if I gave this to you last time, but please do take this. And then we should have a conversation.
My friend Merrick's, why don't you tell you what, why don't
We're
you...
shaking hands here?
Well,
That was my bag, by the way, so...
why don't you ride up front with me?
Certainly.
Let's discuss investment.
Absolutely. I will give him good advice. I'm going to be like, okay, well, what about, what are your goals
I'm
here?
not so good with the numbers thing, so... if
First
you could-
off, as we're talking, so we're talking as we go.
as
But
you
I'm
go.
also like, okay, what we need to do when I have a moment, when all this is sorted out, I'm gonna hook you up with Sparky, and he's gonna work on a whole, well, not Stinky, Sparky.
No.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm just saying.
He heard Sparky's
it's
name.
Close. I'll get Sparky here. He's good at planar. He's got planar experience, and
Well,
we're
I
totally
need to
gonna go.
open an account at the Bank of Abathor.
I've got to do that too.
They need you to write a signature, and you see, mostly when I want to sign autographs, I just do this.
I think absolutely. I think we can get that legalized, is what I'm saying. We'll make this happen. So
Okay.
yeah, we're having.
They don't accept forehead imprints at the bank.
I mean, they do come in Britain.
I
That is
gotta
your
say-
signature for
They
Get
will.
Fel to
Yeah.
get a tattoo that is engraved in his skin like a scar, and then he puts the
Like a fingerprint.
forehead. It will leave.
Exactly.
Signature.
We're gonna solve this.
We have to do that now. He's just got his autograph on his forehead.
Yep.
I don't.
That is lateral thinking, son, and I like it.
I need a favor from you.
Yes.
I need you to pinch me or slap me because I'm hallucinating.
As a
Lowell pinches him,
Yeah,
Does that suffice?
I'm not hallucinating. Shit.
You have not seen the walking jellyfish with fangs.
Yeah, looking out the window, you see every sort of thing that you could ever possibly be congealed through the minds of people. From every walk of life, every type of world that could possibly exist. Beings made of energy, beings made of entropy, beings made of chaos, being made of law. Like just every.
This poor guy. It's like, what?
Remember to breathe.
I'm fine. I thought I was imagining. Like,
Pretty sure you see Odin over there too, but you're not really sure, and you've already passed by.
There would be a reasonable chance that some Mystarans would be here too.
well, there's one Mystara in here at least.
Well, no, actually, Mystara.
That's a non-zero.
Well, yeah.
That's probably an Odin impersonator. They do birthday parties, things like that. I mean, it's a business.
I mean, there is a rumor
You
that
see him doing a breakdown, like on a cardboard.
He has ravens for that.
there's an old rumor. You know, only a few of them talk about it, but some say that Odin's, not from Mystara at all.
What? Oh, that's crazy. I think it's just a very common name.
I mean, that to be fair, I've seen to met a lot of people with similar names, but I just assume that some names evoke power. So,
There you go.
why not share a name?
I
Name a kid after an immortal, that kind of thing.
I have to say, in where I come from, they've got just one main set of gods they care about, the sovereign host, but different cultures often sort of worship things that you can say, oh, that's basically the same guy. They're just changing up the name a little or doing whatever. Maybe it's the same thing. I've theorized that it's more a drawing on a pool of psychic energy and shared belief than the actual specific individual.
As you continue on, the Merrick, since you're out.
Well, I'm not even there. Yeah,
I was just
sorry,
saying,
Nance.
well, no, you could like talk about it, but since you're like in the front with Face Fist, you see that there is a small patrol of crimson armored figures with bladed pauldrons holding up some kind of parchment and talking to a tiny little gnomish like creature, and they make their way over and hold out for Face Fist to stop, and of course he does. Sure. And the two approach and they hold out a portrait of Elise and say, "Have you seen this woman?"
Who, me?
"Yes, you and your large companion. I ain't seen nothing, copper."
Yeah, no.
Prestidigitation, my hair is now jet black.
I can hear this.
And all of my
you can hear
makeup is completely off, gone.
I'll step out of the
And
carriage.
suddenly, you see hollowed out eyes and like scars and like gaunt cheeks and like nothingness. That I look completely different.
I'm definitely like, oh, whoa, let me see. I would remember someone like that, I'm sure.
I'll step out of the carriage. Driver,
Yeah.
it's time we get on to the next place. What is holding this up for so
is
long?
holding
We've
this
got
up?
business to do.
Harmonium business is more important than anything you might have going on.
Oh, apologies. I didn't realize the harmonium. What seems to be the problem, officer?
We're just looking for anyone who might resemble this woman here.
Oh, I saw her recently.
I saw her too in the
She
walking
was
the
at
other way.
what was the it was near the planetary place. Way the hell back there.
The orrery, that's where it
That's what
is.
it was.
We did see her go through a portal, I believe, at one point. And we?
White hair, like this.
Yes, do you know which portal that
It was
was?
in the passing. There's so many portals.
There are, yes.
I'm new to all this. I don't know which one is which.
I don't care. All right,
She took
fine.
money from me and then left. I don't know.
Well, if you do see her, please give us a report at the barracks.
Certainly.
Is she getting a reward or something?
There is a reward. Some Rakshaza from the Great Bazaar has placed a hefty bounty on her soul.
Oh, just out of curiosity, how much?
He is real willing to award 20,000 pieces of gold.
No, not even worth my time.
Good change,
Thank
yeah.
you very much, Amoni.
Yes.
Driver, please, chop chop. And I'll
But it's just a construct of our material good. I'm okay, thank you.
I mean, let's face it, in Sigil, that's a pretty...
It's just like,
Once we are back on the road,
I'll go back and I'll look and be like, 20,000. That's
insulting.
first of all, that is an insult, and she like goes right back to normal. First of all, that is an insult. Second of all, why would you make the situation worse by telling them I stole money from you? Would you say no? She is a great person. This is Dr. Doofus's fault. blah 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 blah
I
blah.
was thinking more about the curse.
Over group chat, he's not exactly experienced at this sort of thing,
I don't know what curse.
You're a friendly curse to me.
Oh, that's funny. See, that was
a bonding
funny.
friendship.
You may not have stolen
experience.
money from me, but you stole time, and time is money, according to Merrick the Kenneth.
That's true.
It was a sign of friendship.
Well, so was mine.
Oh, all of you complain about curses. Poor you.
Yeah. I gotta
Out of curiosity,
give you that one.
Yep, okay,
was that previous look your disguise, or is just the disguise? No. I suppose your disguise was a bit more.
wow.
That's a bit rude to ask. I was thinking to say,
Never ask a woman if they take her makeup off if that's the real look.
Well, that's what you really. Ooh.
Yikes.
That is what was done to me.
I see.
That wasn't me. I came in later. I helped with the fixing.
So anyway, I was wondering if you could help me out. I hear there's these things called tax loopholes.
Oh yeah, we've got that covered for you for sure. Get you someone.
I hate paying taxes.
Yeah, trust me. I'm
The Fated are very aggressive about getting it back, though.
We've seen a little of that.
Face first. Might I advise you, with the amount of wealth you've accumulated from us,
Yes.
just simply paying the taxes will keep all looking over your shoulder away.
I
Just pay.
suppose that's true.
Sleeping at night is a much better thing.
You just got a bunch of rubies and opals and emeralds in cash, so they don't have that on the record. So
How
paying
much
this
are the
all taxes.
How much are the taxes?
Well, it depends what it is. They usually take between 5 to 15% of all of my earnings. But and then of course, although if I quit the T Street Transit, then they don't take the percentages from my tips, and so then that could help.
You gotta
would
handle
probably
rubies
be in
in
a
your
good
pocket.
tax bracket.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Here you go, donation from the nice Mr. E.
This is your taxes. Just pay them. Pay them publicly. Make a big show of it.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
What you walk in and say, face honest. How much taxes? Here you go.
Face Fist Enterprises.
Please, don't do it all at once. It'll be very suspicious.
Yeah.
Do it in increments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, ruby at a time.
So do you just do this to everyone you meet? You just go around educating them about nonsense? And
Nonsense.
Ruining local economies? Yes, that's what we do.
that explains so much.
You
Trying
finally
to save the world by ruining it in another way.
One way at a time.
pulling up just across from the Smoldering Corpse bar. You do arrive at Fell's Tattoos.
And it's only taking us 2 hours.
We get it.
That was a short rest.
Well,
That was a short rest.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna spend a bunch of hit dice here. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah. So I mean, hey, Fel, good to see you.
Well, I was going to say, as you step out to start making your way up to the Fell's Tattoo Parlor, you do see someone, you hear a commotion from just around the corner. As you turn to see at the Smoldering Corpse bar, there is a figure, very, very haggard looking, just dashing about, looking at every which way as he kind of starts booking it down one of the alleys. And as he does so, you see him kind of stop, freeze, and back up as large purple-robed individual with a stony woman-like face and blades protrudes, just sort of floats out, glares at him, and you watch every single bit of his flesh removed from his bones. And then she just continues on past the remnants.
Uh-oh.
Don't talk to her, by the way. That's the immortal we were talking about. Oh, let her go by. Word of advice. She's very sharp,
Very powerful.
edged, potent.
Let's just get into the tattoo parlor.
A couple of Dabus then just come and
At the same time,
Sweep
that's
away.
amazing. That's money right there.
This is...
So as you walk up, though, into the tattoo parlor, you are presented again with Fell, who someone dressed very similarly, although with proper flesh, purple in its color, with horns protruding out, with wisps of white hair shocking out the back. They just kind of nod to you, and then a big wispy question mark appears in front of their face.
Hello, Fel. Good to see you again, friend. This new companion of ours, would you like a tattoo?
Yes, sure. Yes, of course.
They would like to have a tattoo similar to our messaging tattoos, please. Of course. Yes, we'll pay.
Well, I mean,
No.
technically, we got a whole thing going. Chong. But if you don't mind, I would love to observe on the process. I'm actually I'm very intrigued by this whole tattoo thing.
What other things do you do?
A wispy image of a portal-y gate shows up, and then a little map.
That's what we were telling you about.
Right.
He is essentially our guide.
I mean, that worked out the last time.
That's why I talk so much. He doesn't. I'm making up for there's a cosmic balance that has to be kept intact.
I'm not going to do this.
So much sense.
Fel gestures to a chair.
How did you know what his? May I ask how you let people know how your name is if you smoke and mirrors too?
A whole bunch of esoteric symbols appear before you.
Okay, but also, and I just do a minor illusion of just a guy going, whoa, and falling, and like there's a lot of pretty simple ways.
A bunch of esoteric symbols appear before you, then wisp and change into the sign in front of his shop.
No. That too. That works.
and then he just kind of like,
That is smart.
I've got some monk advice for you. Sometimes we look far and wide for things that are just under our noses.
Above our heads, actually, I would say.
That's where I am.
Oh, that's just a bunch of nonsense.
Is there a particular place that you need to tattoo it on, or can I just pick a place, or?
it just a wispy image of your anatomy just comes up with just a huge like nebulous swirl.
Right. I take off, I take off my armor. I take off the gambeson, and there's a huge amount of scars just stretching across my body, especially my back, as if I've been hit over and over by something. Just right over there. Pick a place and cover it up.
Takes a couple of different pigments off, finds one that kind of compares them up, and then places it, and it attaches itself to your skin.
Wait, I didn't get cast as the last few times. Is it just like those temporary tattoos?
No, this is legit.
No, it's just like it's
It's a similar process.
Yeah, it's just water.
It's
actually water on it.
Yeah. Similarly, it's permanent.
That hurt a lot less than I usually expect from a tattoo. That's very impressive. Good job. Thank you.
Is there a place we can leave a review? I feel like, it could help.
Help.
It's
called
Olof's
help.
Guide to Tattoo Parlors across the
Help.
universe.
We wish to employ your services for another portal. But give us a moment. Where are we going?
We have a couple of places to choose from. I could do a reading.
Go ahead.
Do a reading.
I think a reading makes sense.
It's always worked before.
Has it? I do not know.
I do admit the Krynn one raised questions, but other than that, so far.
It's
The
still worked out.
green one
Yeah.
pointed exactly to the trees that were on fire.
Have you touched this yet?
No.
Just saying.
I have
Wanna?
not.
Or are you gonna break it?
That's why I was slow.
You may not magically influence my card.
That's
I
why I'm
would
saying you might
never
have a choice.
dream of it, my dear. I would just do it. I wouldn't dream of it.
Okay.
The one time it doesn't work.
But I swear. Here we go.
At least we have an excuse this time.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
A blue-skinned creature with feathered wings emerges into the shop, kind of looks at everybody and just looks over at Fel, and Fel gestures to the chair, and the being goes and sits down. Fel begins his work.
One more thing, Fel. While this reading is taking place, the fellow outside with the carriage, he would like to have a scarred tattoo that has an imprint on his forehead.
So he can.
Do you do scarification? That's what.
Yes. Just
Fel reaches over, grabs a humongous knife, and just
Oh no.
That's
I place a bag of rubies in his hand.
All right. What do we got?
So I feel that first of all, the cards that have come up have all come up right side up.
That's
Yes.
I think that's the first.
Yeah.
Perhaps the first. Maybe it happened the one other time. We have courage, we have blessed day, and balanced emotions.
Interesting.
The courage card shows the image of a lion, and this is a creature that travelers who have come to my world have talked about. It's a creature from a place called Oerth. You have been there, and it,
Oerth? We all have been.
no, not Oerth. Earth.
I, for one, have not been.
Earth.
Yeah,
Earth.
that's name is
Dirt.
confusing.
And it is known as the king of the jungle, right? The king.
Yes.
To me, I see that there is a crown of sorts on each of these figures. We have a lion, we have a butterfly, we have a jellyfish that, could be a fluff. But each one bears a crown. I know we need to go to a place called Gorgon's Crown.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, maybe there is a king there. I don't know anything about this place, but I'm thinking a king. I see 3 crowns.
Didn't you say that this Gorgon individual is sort of a king?
I mean, yes.
Is you?
So the Gorgon is one of the powerful rulers of in the world of Aebrynis, specifically in the Gorgon's crown, which is their domain. They are
The Gorgon's crown. That's what I'm saying.
they are what
Gorgon's
are referred to
crown.
as
the name of the place.
That's what I said.
they're what are referred to as
Yeah.
Unshaelen, or Blood of Darkness in Elvish, at least on their world. And they are a being which is called the Gorgon for certain reasons, but is not in fact a Gorgon. But is a
No, right. I know.
powerful creature, has lived for over 1,000 years and has been ruling from dark towers upon their throne. They're basically one of the world of Aebrynis, specifically the continent of Cerilia, is one with many, many kingdoms. Used to be united and has since broken, and one of the kingdoms is that of the Gorgon. And the Gorgon would like that kingdom to be a little bigger than it is, but as is the way with most
This
figures of
seems
power.
like the most. If I look through Maple's notes about Aebrynis, how's it described? Like,
It is described as a place. So the basic notes would be that ages ago there was a war of the gods at Mount Desmar. This battle was so ferocious that all of the gods destroyed themselves and the mountain exploded. Their followers, those the most devout of them, ascended, absorbing the divine essence, and ascended as the new gods, but the rest of that essence was dispersed among their most other of devout followers, who are now known as the Blooded. They carry some level of divine strength and thus can gain power from their followers and their dominions and things like that. The place was ruled by the Roel line for quite some time in Anure, but the Gorgon killed the last Roel, and that has fractured the entire nation and continent into various civil wars over who should rule the Iron Throne, which currently lays
Iron
empty.
Throne?
The Iron Throne.
Okay.
And his name was Michael.
so the Gorgon is not a Gorgon.
He's called the Gorgon for a reason.
Out of character, that's even creepier because the Gorgons, the kitchen center of the character, but how the Gorgon fights that pertains to those cards in ways that I don't want to metagame it, but Birthright's my shtick.
Okay, so do you agree then that is where we should go?
Well, I mean, looking at the notes, specifically the whole blessed day thing seems to match the day that the old immortals fell and new ones popped up after. Which, by the way, that is immortal. Like, to be
This
clear.
is this is a king's card.
And this is a place of.
And if you can see, he has a crown.
Where's the other?
This one has a crown.
Yeah.
This one has a crown.
maybe
I think we go to Gorgon's crown.
courage present, blessed date past, and then balance future. Hopefully.
The other thing that the notes would say about Aebrynis is that magic in that world comes from the natural world itself, nature, and how much it flourishes. So a land with that's very civilized would have lower magic than like a great forest, for example. However, it is what would be considered a low magic world in that there are only about, let's say, 130-ish mages in the entirety of Cerelia, and about 70 that are more power, like of reasonable power. But all who wish to consider themselves mages or true mages are blooded. If you do not contain that spark of divinity within yourselves, you will be unable to draw upon the power of the magic coursing through Aebrynis beyond 3rd level.
Oh,
So you'd only have access to 1st and 2nd level spells unless you were blooded.
well, that is good to know.
So we won't have the mana that we need.
And considering that lots of the magic of the world is being drained,
Well, we will have to
mean,
go in
outside.
another way and be creative. I
Where's
think
the other place in Inverness?
Stock up.
the other place is the land of Anoria,
That is also
Empire of Moria.
specifically Moriad, yeah.
So far, that's
Moriad.
Moriad, it's one of the duchies.
is also crowned of some sort.
The realm of highlands and moors at the feet of the stone crowns.
Do the notes indicate less like confrontation?
That is not currently, the Moriad is not held by like an Anshalan. They are held by just a more blooded families, so it would be less war-torn than the
We
other.
need to go to both.
Right, but what if we go to the one that will likely give us an alliance or a guide or something? to go?
Moriad is known as the lands of herdsmen and freesteaders. So they're tougher and stubborn, but they are considered to be like a lot more out of the main conflicts that.
Either way, we agree that this seems to be pulling towards
So
it.
Inverness is where we're going to go, but to find out exactly where.
Specifically, the throne card is in Moriad, and the key
Oh,
card.
that is a throne card.
And the key card is is at the Gorgon's crown.
So the throne card,
Do you read anything with keys there?
no.
I suggest we go to Moriad. See if we can find some allies or learn something about this Cerelia.
Or at least figure out if,
Well,
capable as usual.
a king sits on a throne and we need to find the throne card there. That also could be a very good interpretation.
Settled then?
Sure.
I have a question for the DM because
Yes.
I did not realize this. When we left Elminster's place, through the weave, I was put into remission. My curse was in remission. Is that still the case?
Yes,
Interesting. Thank you.
it's not removed, but it is, yes, like you said, in remission. Yeah.
Fel,
Elminster's power seemed a little lessened than it otherwise should have been.
Fel. We would like to go and find the port of the Moriad. Moriad?
Moriad.
Moriad?
Moria.
Moriad.
Moria.
No, Moriad.
Moriad.
Sounds like
Moriad.
More
duh.
Iad? More Iad.
Moriad.
Okay, everybody.
Moriad.
Moriad.
No.
You can't get enough.
I just can't get it.
Wispy images form in front of Fel. You see a square with a gorgeous fountain. And behind it is buildings with blades protruding. So you would understand this to be a sigil. You can see the city court, the palace of the jester, the 12 Factals tavern, and there's a fountain there with a woman singing. You can't hear anything. You can just tell because little music notes are wafting off of her. And it shows all 6 of you blaring a trumpet and marching across this square directly under one of the archways of the intricate fountain.
It shows
Okay.
like images of us.
That's right.
And
It
we
means we need to
take careful
blow
note
our
of which archway.
trumpets.
Yes. Which
I
of
am
the
taking
4
careful
archways?
note. Which of the 4 is it?
It's the one on the there's no north south either, so we'll say I forget what they call it, but it's
1,
it's,
2, 3,
it's-
4?
Yeah, it's 1.
One.
1 out of the 4.
Okay.
I was in that
You are in what?
division.
Yeah.
because I am part of the group.
The blue skin.
Telepathically, yes, you are.
We have matching tattoos now. Come on.
Blue skin.
Not quite. And then he points the badge again to you, offers it one more time.
For goodness sake.
Everybody else has one.
Well, you know what? It may be at one point we'll have a good discussion about it. I'll consider my options, and then I'll take the bet.
Absolutely, until you can hold it if you want.
That's all right.
The blue-skinned individual with feather wings gets up, checking out its new tattoo. As it heads down the stair, Fel swivels that blade and steps his way outside.
Just out of curiosity, because we see him swivel the tattoo, is it like a Burley Elminster? Or,
No, well, so what it is, if you want to look at what the Deva got, it appears to be an image of a caricature of like an angelic figure currently in an arm wrestle with a horned, fiery figure.
All right.
Oh, it's me and my friend.
It's that Predator meme with Arnold
Which is
Schwarzenegger. With
Yeah.
like muscle.
Exactly, yeah.
How far is this fountain?
From here, it was not in the hive. You're going to have to head to the clerk's ward, which will be back the way you came, I think. Wait, no, the high courts is in the ladies' ward, so yeah, it's a bit of a distance away.
Okay, but Faceless is here to take us.
Certainly.
After he gets his tattoo.
And then Fel comes up with a very bloody knife. Just puts it back.
Dang.
Okay, Face Fist. Could you take us to this fountain?
Blood pouring off his face. Yeah.
It
Oh,
looks
here.
good.
I tap it with my healing rod, just spend a charge.
Okay.
Just to stop the blood. I mean,
Sure. Just keep the open wound, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I don't want to interfere with the natural process of the tattoo.
of course,
and just,
yes.
Make
It
not
looks
work.
great.
Thank you. I was thinking I might get my nose done, too.
Yeah, why not?
Nobody will
yes,
ever
or
forget your name.
in what way?
Well, it's a little crooked from all the face fisting.
Oh, I thought, okay. Well, it is a part of your signature, I feel. Like, I feel your nose
That's fair, yeah.
before your forehead.
Face, fist, nose. Where can I be taking you tonight?
This fountain with the singing ladies.
Black Marion.
Yeah,
Sounds
Right.
yeah.
Is that where all this happens?
All right. Who am I?
Are there
question?
4
Is
arches?
there a reason you hesitate at that?
Black Marion is nice to listen to. I don't really understand the lyrics half the time, but she has been known to be a little temperamental for those who disrupt her performances. And frankly, I've been seeing you all do some interesting things. Arson, swindling, assault.
That wasn't us.
I came in after all of that.
What do we have?
I knew.
I think we need
Yeah.
to parade in with trumpets. And
Yeah.
that would very much disturb
Disturbing
her.
your performance.
But we're going to do it. Do we have trumpets?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Merrick. You're wonderful.
I've been trying to get you guys to do a jam band for
That's
This is true.
days.
Well,
I have a
guess what?
very big assortment of instruments in.
We are about to jam it up.
Okay,
Oh, it's like
makes me so
excellent. I've already written my next passage, some of the time bands.
happy. All right, well, this will be fun. Why don't you, Face Fest?
Yeah.
Why don't you drop us off? A little distance away.
Yeah, I'm not going to be seen with you. I'm sorry,
understood.
but
That's fine.
I now have a reputation I need to.
I understand. You're an outstanding businessman now. That's totally okay.
Of course.
I'll be in touch about the investing.
If you're going somewhere, I'm going to go visit a tailor and go tell that druid who runs T Street's transit. I'm going to say something to him in ogre.
Understood. And that means with your forehead, right?
Yes.
Understood.
Just be careful, you might leave your signature mark upon his brow.
Yeah, and they'll know who did it.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe
Might
I'll
have to
just
learn Chin Fu.
chin fu.
Chin Fu.
I can here. How about this? And I reach in, I give him a pamphlet once again of Soul Bastion 101, and there's a bunch of fun stances in there that you could try out.
Okay.
Some with
After the tailor, I'm going to go learn how to read.
Right. Yeah, you have a tutor for that too. I'll help you out.
Arches. Trumpets.
Right.
Yes.
Anything else?
Heading off, you go past into the hive. Continuing on through the hive, you pass by a large, risen building, circular with various domes and saucers. Very gloomy. The putrefaction scent emerging out of it, as you can smell formaldehyde even streets away. Face Fist just kind of goes.
So we need to interrupt the song, or we need to play the trumpets within her territory?
The image of us was us marching towards the arch, blowing trumpets, going through arch number 1. So I would imagine, my intuition says that we need to play the trumpets to open up the arch, but she may be upset as we do so.
But we could try. I like what you're thinking.
Could I
Like,
speak to her first?
But that would also be an interruption.
if you want.
Maybe I could find a way to harmonize with her in a way that she would find it as an enhancement to her performance, in which case we could simply just watch
If
her.
the vision was silent and we're all holding up trumpets,
We're just marching.
yeah.
Was the vision to have the actual sound?
There was stuff coming out of the trumpets, like little lines.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You got to learn to read, visual art.
Maybe we
thing.
play them in unison with your song,
With her, perhaps.
with her,
like it.
to not disturb her.
I think that's a great idea.
When we arrive, I'll go ahead.
Well, I will say, as you continue on, you do happen to notice you're passing a place called the Parted Veil. It appears to be a bookstore. You see lots of people going in and out carrying armloads of books. A huge foundry, what looks to be a large armory, and then a massive raised building where you can hear just the faint screams and clattering of chains and bars closing before you eventually arrive at a big square with a nice fountain and a woman who is singing quite beautifully to a large crowd of any assortment of beings that you might assume.
Did they have copies of my autobiography, like one of those little?
Do you want to go in and check?
standees? Oh no, I was just curious if I could see one of the little standees they sometimes put out.
They did have a big poster that says newest release from Volo, clearance sale, 90% off, everything must go.
All right.
So we approach this. So she's in the middle of performance.
That's right.
I feel like it may be safer in this sense to not ask and just try and harmonize and run a speedy march.
Yeah, so you can see that there is a circular stone pool about 100 feet across. Dozens of tilting metal basins rise high into the sky, each catching the falling water from the basin above. They ring with unique musical pitches, delicate mixtures of violins and voices in full bloom. It's as soothing as a celestial choir, as Black Marian herself voices her chorus along with the tinkling water music.
That is nice.
I also
So
feel like
beautiful.
I'm gonna get 6 seconds of that.
I also realized a small little problem. I'm hearing a little timpani, a steel drum maybe, flutes. Nice and calming and not a single brass instrument.
Leave that to me.
Graceful and lithe, the priestess with her dewy milk-white skin glistening in the reflected ripples of the... Did you write this, Ed? Reflected ripples of the pool. She moves about the fountain, continuing to kind of look at the audience and sing various things. And as she does so, those of you who are paying attention to maybe a little bit more insight, you see a couple of them kind of be like... and then kind of melt their way out of the crowd and head off.
By the way, just while the scene is going on, I dropped Stinky off sort of as the carriage was approaching to run and grab me a couple books. I want to get the latest Eberron chat books. Not Eberron, Elminster.
Oh, well then.
I've heard some of these tales. I want to see what we got.
She does also move around, and her gown, which is pinned with green feathers, swaths out as several of the feathers fly out, and the audience catch them. And one of them is a huge frog-like being with boils and pustules and spikes, catches the feather and just falls over unconscious, completely fainted from the wondrous concept of receiving a feather from Black Maria.
Yeah. And is this like the fanboying?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'm up.
Yep.
So I'll approach.
We all have our horns.
Oh, hey. I just want to say think about that whole monk thing. Like, I'm sure, he believes in you and such. But also here, take this little, he gives you a little, like, static shot. Like, gives you a little jolt of energy, and that's 3 to whatever you're doing. Just
Perfect.
You simply
imagine I said something inspiring and sang you a song or something, but also,
So,
there.
who would benefit from some performance enhancement? Otherwise known as who has really bad performance and charisma.
No one, great.
well, not quite yet. I mean,
I am not wonderful.
I am
see-
also not one to convince people against their will, or I do my best to just let things pass.
We'll just hold the trumpet, and then like when he puts it, when he shows you how to use it a bit, he just kind of you feel very comfortable when he explains how to use the trumpet, and he gives you a little bardic inspiration
Thank you.
to your performance. Would you like one?
Well, it wouldn't hurt to learn.
It's not a manipulation against their will if you are entertaining them.
Absolutely.
Are you good?
I am 17. Should I?
Do you have performance?
No,
as you're saying that, I would
fine.
also turn on the halo
Yeah.
once again.
Okay.
I'm
Performance, not first win.
A man in dark armor with a hooded helmet. As you turn the hood on, as you turn the halo on, it's like,
My
and
apologies.
he moves over to the side, and a little tiny imp in a cheap business suit's like, and he moves off to the side as well.
Oh, well, I do apologize.
Take your holy stuff somewhere else, man. This is a place of public enjoyment.
I will turn it off. You are correct.
We'll wait. We will wait until
They say I'm the evil one.
we'll wait till she has an intermission,
Okay.
and then have a moment to speak to her.
There definitely is an ending to the performance. There is a uproarious laughter and applause,
Are you
and you
that
see
sort of approach?
a line begin to form.
Oh no, I'm walking through the crowd unfazed, and then when the
You're-
performance
okay.
first.
doing a little
I see.
sanctuary.
Yeah,
A couple of people kind of look at you like, hey, I'm going to be first to get me fortune
I
told.
look at one and be like,
Fortune.
"Wait your turn. I was here first." Intimidating.
Can I
Okay, go
help
for it.
Fortune.
intimidate?
Would you like to give him advantage?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so Lowhold has
wait, no.
advantage.
I just slightly lift the rifle.
32. Back off,
Ooh, you paladin.
amongst other things.
And you see, as he turns, half of his face is kind of rotted a little bit. There's a bit of a stench of formaldehyde. You're right. It's very well.
I look to the lady. Hello.
You would have your fortune told. Gaze upon the fountain's waters and drink deep from the silver ladle, and Bragi shall show you what you seek.
This is like infringement.
As much as I appreciate the fortune, unfortunately, I'm here on another
Unfortune.
Yeah.
here for another piece of business.
I mean, all business is conducted through song with me. And her eyes kind of dart. I don't know what you speak of.
I would like to perform with you.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
And I'm not interested in whatever your songs do for your business. I'm more interested in performing with you because I find you fascinating.
I think a persuasion will be.
We're super fans.
Oh, that's
And
super
don't forget your plus 30.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know what they mean by super fan, but I mean,
You stand.
and then I sit there. If they want me to fan, then I just start fanning.
36.
Okay. Perhaps there is some interest. You amuse me, sir. I'll tell you what. If you will allow me to hear the music of your soul, and it is of beauteous origin, you may be worthy of joining in my choir, but if you carry the darkness of foul omen, then you will not be one to sully my performance.
Of course, there is one caveat. My fellows in friendship must accompany me in the chorus.
Their fate shall be bound to your fortune.
Then read away.
Great.
And
dear.
she reaches from her belt and produces a silver ladle and hands it to you, gesturing to the fountain as she raises her hands, and a quick spell surges through the water, making it as crystal clear and removing any and all impurities.
Do I recognize it as a zone of truth?
No, it is a purify food and drink.
I see. I will Take a drink.
Sanitation.
I will take a drink. Is that what it is?
I
Yes.
appreciate
I
that.
drink. I drink
Purges
from
the
it.
nation.
I don't drink from it with anything that I have because I'm probably still a dirty traveler at this stage. As pretty as I could look.
Open up for the ladle.
I will. Yeah. If she's handing the label.
She does.
Okay. I will drink.
We would have prestidigitation to you to be at least, you know.
All of you watch Lowholt drink, and as you do so, you feel something kind of warmth overwhelm you. And when you open your mouth to speak, instead, you just sort of, all your muscles twitch, and music pours forth from inside you. Give me a performance check.
What am I singing?
We're going to find out.
And we are going to be playing to a company, yes.
But this is. I think this is just style.
It's just
Oh.
a thing.
Performance is. Oh boy. So it is 33.
Wondrous music, very similar to that heard from the fountain, emerges. A few of the crowd's people gasp, and Marion raises her hand and tells them to silence.
With silence as him?
No.
He is young. He is only a boy. Yeah. little in this for you.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you've seen Fifth Element, it sounds a lot like the opera singer there.
I can't go as high as she can.
Okay, see, this is going to be, we're turning this around.
He looks over, he's like,
And you see when you have finished, Black Marion is just sort of staring at you.
Nope. Is that good enough?
Yes.
Is it
What am I getting from her?
possible to do?
She seems a little taken aback, as if she wasn't expecting. She heard something she wasn't expecting to hear.
Is it possible to do an insight check to see exactly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's also cast of perception wise. Like, is there anything else going around this while this is all?
Utter silence from the crowd. That I can at least give you.
That's the 19.
She definitely seems like she was expecting him to sing, but was not expecting that. She was listening to him. The longer she listened to him, the more confused and then kind of like untoward she looked. Like she seemed to be getting like this is not what she was expecting. She's a little taken aback at what is
Not
just
necessarily pleasantly surprised, but not necessarily unpleasantly surprised. You feel.
You get the feeling this is not a woman who is surprised often.
Okay.
I mean, when you're telling fortunes, seeing the future, you know, it's kind of strange to be surprised.
Passive perception. Is Elminster noticing any guards moving in a position?
That's what
Anybody in the
it's
crowd
trying to-
leaving? Weapons, anything like that?
There are a couple of Harmonium guards who were on patrol but stopped when they heard the music and are now staring intently at Lowholt. And you see one of them rifling through a list of parchments and checking them.
Yeah, of course.
I know I've seen that face somewhere.
I just got one of those faces, you know?
I'll just use the pipe to gust of wind all of his parchment. Draw it down the street.
The wanted poster of Lowholt's face for arson flies off and chase after it. Your future is one that I cannot see.
That's because you should be consulting. She says it under her breath. Don't worry.
It is clouded to me as if held back by a veil I cannot remove.
Yes.
You intrigue me deeply.
Oh, may we play with you?
I would welcome it.
Of course.
Well, we'll see about that, but
There's the short.
But be warned, there is something coming for you. I can at least see that. You will be forced to make a choice sometime. And it will not be one that you will enjoy. I can say no more. And she just kind of stares openly, and the rest of the crowd begin to murmur amongst themselves, and she raises her hand to silence them all. Please.
Well,
That's a monk munchie for sure.
yeah, I was going to say,
Perform.
All right, everybody. Meanwhile,
So how do we do
Stinky
it
is-
performance-wise? Okay.
We'll just do a group performance check, and as long as 3 or more of you succeed, we'll succeed.
Stinky, by the way, has come racing back with a big pile of cheap Elminster novels.
Chapbooks.
Add your D8s if you need to. We just need to pass a group performance.
Yes.
39.
Okay, well, you're leading the charge.
11. With because that was a 7 plus a 4, that's 11.
Whoever made this trumpet did not design it for someone with tusks.
Yeah, and you just clink.
Did you get?
I got 11.
Oh, yikes.
I'll have 22. I'm monk.
I am waiting to see if we succeed, to see if we need to use my inspiration because it is very bad.
34.
Oh,
Dang.
matched me wonderfully.
If, an instrument is a kind of tool.
Suddenly, Merrick's kind of like, bye, bye, bye. We're like doing like a band boy.
Yeah.
Or a boy band.
18. Yeah, okay. Then yes, at least enough of you are able to carry
I will
those.
save my inspiration for something else then.
As you march around and begin angling yourself towards the archway, and
We ain't never seen a party like us. Hey!
you pass through the arch.
Yeah. I'll be the last one to be like, never seen him. A fun like me. Hey! And it's deep applause there, and like through the portal I go.
You emerge out into a land that is wild, grown, but still somewhat has the signs of civilization. You can see trees cultivated and growing in certain ways, peasants tilling the field, as you appear to have arrived in a sort of farmland that is on the outskirts of a large castle. When I say castle, I mean whatever you have in your head when you think the word castle, that is what you are seeing. It is the walls, the keep, the towers, the catapults, trebuchets, archers walking along the sides with the arrow slits and the drawbridge, the moat, the whole shebang. This is a castle surrounded by the farmlands. You can see the blacksmith, the cobbler, the leather workers, the whole thing that you might see. This is very much a medieval hierarchical society with the castle there. The land itself is wild, though. It is mostly empty, rolling hills with the odd sparse trees here and there, and off in the distance you can make out mountains and trees and various different spots. And the people that do make their way around do look quite well muscled. They definitely are. They look well looked after. They take care of themselves, and they seem quite tough. They look like they're hardy folk. But yes, you would know this to be Belvadruor, which is the castle of capital of the Orient, also called Shield Haven.
Well, seems like a great place.
Card? Looking option?
Might be time to try that.
As soon as we are close to the castle, then I will.
Actually, that's an immediate question I would have, because that's over a second level spell, isn't it?
What level spell is locate object?
Oh no!
I would definitely like to do a quick...
Because I will say, I don't even need to make a check at this point. As soon as you enter, you feel...
I think you're right.
You can feel that the magic here is barely responding to you. You can just sort of feel the energy permeating from the blades of grass, and it's just this tiny little amount. Second level?
But what about
Yes.
mine?
Then you're good.
Okay,
My
good.
paladin power, so compared to my bardic power.
Your paladin power is somewhat okay. You actually feel like your powers granted to you by your oath do not appear to be affected, but your bardic spells, anything third level and higher, you don't feel access. That would apply to.
Are you all alright?
That would apply to the ranger as well.
Just for the record, just so we know, I did get a 32, Arcana. I'm just going to be taking notes on this effect and things, just for, scholarly purposes.
How are you, Mystara?
I haven't tried to access any magic, but when it comes to first and second level stuff and cantrips, for me they're at will. So,
But I mean, seriously.
You've got access to some.
Sure,
so.
but also, I mean, seems like you would be hit by this even more than us. Like just
Oh, yeah.
suddenly having that cut off, I feel like,
yeah.
you know, you're Ben Kenobi and Alderaan. You know?
Well, you see, the problem is I haven't tried to use any of the items. So I
That's my
can't tell.
thought as well, because I have items that
oh yeah.
access things that are higher than normal.
I mean, that's actually, well, I don't want to just throw a fireball and then look, there's all these people attempting as, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
is, but
Tell us again about people between us and the castle.
Serfs. So farmers, workers,
And are they
pillars.
and are they paid fair wages? And do they have debt
Well, you see,
programs?
they are protected by
Okay.
roving bands, and they are
1K.
they are allowed to have festivals every few weeks or so. And
I'll try actually. This is probably a high enough level item that I can do it, and it doesn't actually hurt anyone. I will just pull out a little bead and sort of chuck it because it's a relatively small effect where no one is around. It's a bead of force, so
it functions as you would expect.
just creates like this little bubble.
One other thing I will say, though, since Merrick, you did a specific like examining.
Yes,
Actually, and
and I would have been using like detect magic.
There
you
is
know, in
something
analysis.
else, some other magical force that is overlapping itself into this world. And you don't really get a beat on what it is, but I would say for Elise, you feel that despair that you felt beneath Shadowdale.
All right.
It is permeating this place. It is not powerful, not strong, but you can feel it getting stronger ever so slightly, as if this land is being beset by the Shadowfell itself.
So this would appear to be the chocolate in our peanut butter, right here.
Indeed, and I will go on to explain that I feel like perhaps the Shadowfell has touched this place, so we must be careful. We've all now had some experience there.
So I will say, you don't notice any like black and white stuff. Everything seems fine. It just, you can feel that
Feel it.
the Shadowfell, which does overlap
Yes.
worlds, that overlapping is thinner. The layer between the Shadowfell and this world feels significantly thinner than you're used to.
As a quick question, as a monk, is there anything, any sort of effect I'm feeling in here, or is it just purely on magical?
Just magical.
But yeah, he's just like,
To be very clear, not saying I'm doing this. I am not drawing this card, but
Very clear.
yeah, but I spent a little time in Lamortia.
Thinking the same thing.
Basically, there's this magic and there's this magic. I'm having trouble drawing on this. If I chose and wanted to try, could I draw on that?
On the Shadowfell?
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I've been there for a while. I was working magic there.
You could
I don't think I want to. I'm just
certainly try.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, like I say,
Technically, my magic,
phrase
my magic comes from there.
Yes.
That is
Well,
where
you haven't so far had an issue, have you?
No, because you're.
I have not.
Oh, that's right.
So, what did the locate tell us? If there's no issue.
But aside from it being second level, also you're divine, so it
Yeah.
would have affected you anyway. Yeah.
You are feeling a pull towards the castle.
Okay, what's in the castle?
I'll try.
time to meet Lord
Wait, the card is coming from inside the house.
That's it. I'm done.
As Merrick's is walking, I'm just gonna chrono shift him. I'm gonna chrono shift Merrick's back.
Oh, come on. Enough with this.
It works here.
You're gonna get one spanking when you get back.
You mean just when we have a long rest?
Yeah.
Damn, I hate that.
That's so funny.
The spheres are still empowered here. I could feel them. Well,
They do feel distant, but yes.
I don't. I think I'm fine.
Is one of them the sphere of power? Do you have one of those?
No, the five spheres are energy, entropy, matter, thought, and of course, time. Each of them are connected to an element.
Interesting.
Well, we believe that all these five spheres and the five elements that they are connected to represent all power in the known universe, not just on Mystara and the two worlds, but beyond that as well.
I think this is just calling that theory into question, but yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well, fair enough. I mean, you are still able to produce power, I understand.
Yes.
Let's have a debate on arcane theory later tonight, because I would love to, but let's grab
No,
a
of
card.
course. We'll walk.
Yeah.
And if your magic does not work, then you will just have to fight, and she'll like reach out and grab that stuff.
Let's not look too hostile to these folk.
Merrick's,
Okay.
as we were walking, Merrick's is going to start explaining, like, you know, in my world, we have the concepts of Siberian magic versus external, you know, and like just going into various theories that.
Elise, as you all are walking towards the castle, I presume, probably not stepping all over the farmer fields and instead veering off to follow the roads. So
Yeah, of course, yes,
Yeah,
respect.
you're not going to walk all over the tilling and everything. So you're making your way on the outskirts of this little village outside the castle. You do begin to feel. You kind of start to feel this chill a little bit, kind of run down you, and a little bit of a mist wafts ever so slightly around.
See, I don't think it's the Shadowfell.
As a halfling,
It's all the shadow.
a short little individual just appears out of this
Is it the same one?
fog. No, it is a different. Looks very similar, but just kind of.
Are you alright, sir?
The Cold Rider gains strength. His invasion will be happening soon. We all must get the heck out of here.
Calm
That's
emotions. Calm down, everyone. Tell us, through your calmness, through your stillness,
Yes.
what seems to be the problem. You're safe around us.
Just on group chat, that's the same thing the guy said on
The Cold Rider in the lands of shadow. He is gathering his forces to invade this world. He senses that there are deficiencies with their power. The blooded and all of the scions and their mages are weakened, and so he is gathering, and his land will overlap with this, and all will be shadow. But only we can't keep closing his entrances. He is gaining power. I must inform all the leaders.
Where is he?
He dwells deep in the lands of shadow, a mirror world to this one. And he has always been a threat, but lately he has grown in strength.
Where? And I'll point to the castle.
No, he is of another world, where we come from, the halflings. We were the sole bastion against his rule, but
Bastion, you say?
But yes, but he has forced us out, and now only us and the god of the moon are keeping him at bay.
What's the god of the moon's name?
That would be.
Which god have you?
That's I figure if we get a name, someone's gonna be like, "That's my god of the moon."
No, it would be the Cerulean god.
Cerulean god of the moon. Okay.
Day.
No.
You had something you were going to say.
I was going to ask. You said you are part of a bastion. Do you have further name beyond this? Is this something specific?
No, I merely use the term as to say that we are that which has stood against
Yeah, understood.
Cold Rider.
It's a good name.
I understand.
Do we got any
Are you
names?
capable? Are you?
Honey bears, no cook.
About
The Cold Rider or
cold riders.
Do I know?
Does this? I was going to ask. Does this
You
sound
can,
like Grim Horror?
No.
No.
Oh, lucky.
No, will I know?
You can make a history check.
Yeah.
While you're making that check, we'll pull Inode aside. Don't worry, my friend.
Get a
The
plus
next time
two.
the Grim Huddle appear and try to take you,
Does she
I'll
get?
smite them with all of my might.
18.
I appreciate.
18. No advantage because this is something that she gets to make the check because she might have knowledge of this. I don't think you know really a whole lot about the Cold Rider, although it does sound similarly to probably. You know that the Shadowfell tends to manifest different ways on different worlds, where, for example, the Shadowfell mirror twin to Neverwinter is like a city of ghouls and like lava flowing through the rivers and stuff. So you would guess that on this world, the Shadowfell has this Cold Rider individual who is likely of similar design. And if what this halfling says is true, the layer between the Shadowfell and the material is fading and pulling away, as if
Right.
the magic of the world itself that would hold that layer is.
Well, that's why I was asking and pointing to the castle. Like, has it taken over the castle and it's now the mirror, the Shadowfell version of?
The halfling would is basically, from what he said, you could imply that doesn't seem to be the case. This is more so just something that is happening.
Okay, but we still know we need to go into the castle then.
I've experienced planes on top of planes before, just not different planets before. Is there a Shadowfell on Mystara? And is there...
You're more so familiar with the kingdom of Oberron, which would be which they would refer to as the Feywild.
Which Ted,
The Shadowfell is a thing on Mystara. It isn't as much of a it doesn't have much of a presence. It is mostly where the unseelie Fey tend to hang around. So in Mystara, you'd be familiar with the Kingdom of Oberron is the collective term for Feywild Shadowfell, and they are both of those are kind of linked, and there are borders between the Feywild and the Shadowfell, and then beyond the unseelie kingdoms, there isn't much known about the true Shadowfell itself.
Is there a cold rider amongst those figures?
Not that you're aware of.
And what about Imaria? We don't have the Shadowfell.
No, you destroyed it to create part of the Veil.
So we have the Nightmare, which is
That's right.
probably the closest link we have to the Shadowfell.
Yes.
This is all great, but we should probably get in that castle.
guard.
We are. Well, I
Over
took
there.
this conversation as those.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Halfling, what's your name, kid?
Oh, I am Jessup Longfellow.
First off, just quick tap. Like, need any? You feeling healthy? Like, does he look okay? Does he need?
He looks a little
I'll just give him
filled with
charge of.
fear, but otherwise.
Oh well, then.
I've removed that already.
All right.
Yeah, well, yeah, like but you can still see he's a little. He's got like the remnants of the cold sweat and the pale
He's
face.
had a bad day.
Yeah.
You got somewhere to go? Like, are you okay? Yeah, we got to get in this.
There are nations, but I'm a messenger from the Shadowlands. I need to inform the leaders of this world that they must prepare for war against the Cold Rider.
So, do you need to go into the castle yet?
An audience would be wonderful. Yes,
That sounds like you are part of our group then.
Do you have an invitation? I guess is what I'm saying. Or some kind of proclamation.
I merely have the message that they must gather their forces to prepare to defend from the cold invasions.
Insight.
Yes.
An audience with a king using us as a conduit. Does this person look like they have a secondary agenda?
Yeah, you can make an insight on that.
I was actually wondering the other way. I thought maybe he was an official guy who would be able to get us.
Us
in.
in, right?
19.
Yeah, Merrick seems to have the better idea here. You get the opinion that this halfling does seem to be on the up and up.
Okay.
And from the way he's speaking, it would seem as though he would be received.
So I
the
think
paranoid androids.
right. So Merrick's is basically having comforted him a little, been like, we understand. You have to take the message. We will protect you to make sure nothing happens to you on your way. Let us go, and we will escort you there safely.
Very well.
And I will give him a charge of healing, just as a
I will
sort of-
definitely not say no to having
make him
a few
feel
more
better.
bodyguards in this dark time.
Well, you came in very quickly. Do you have an idea how close this rider is?
It is hard to say.
We'll certainly, again, we're going to walk and talk. We got a castle to get to. As we are walking,
Many of my people have been sent to other locations to try to gather the forces. Those sent to the Onshalan have been slaughtered, but we kind of figured that would be the case. We had hoped that those on this plane would unite against the Cold Rider, but those the ones of darkness of Azrai are just almost as bad, one could say.
as we are walking, can we, basically just continue to, again, we don't want to spend 10 minutes expositioning, but imagine we are asking him for more information. Oh, tell us about your world. We can assume we have gained sort of the basic information he would be willing to share with us.
Let's see how we can get past the guards now.
Yes, let's see.
Can I do one perception check?
Yes,
Because the last time we met one of these fellows,
Yeah.
there was a card on him.
there was.
Is there anything wrong with this dude? Is that there, a card on him? I know that the castle.
Detect magic is also a good,
Yeah.
a good thing here. Just
Yeah. You can make a
Clarify.
perception to see what's on his person.
Nice.
Yes. It's 19 plus. 50, which is 24. No, 34.
Well, 30. Yeah, you got it.
34.
Playing in big leagues.
You're not seeing any kind of cards or anything on this halfling. In fact, he does seem to not be super well outfitted for any kind of mission other than one of desperation and messaging.
What about magic?
He doesn't appear to be any kind of magical. You do get a whiff of the shadow around him.
Yes,
This halfling is a being similar to Elise in that he can pass through the worlds,
Understood.
but only between this and the shadow.
All right, let's hit that castle.
Okay. Arriving at the drawbridge, there are of course two well-plated guards with the sigil of Murid, who cross their halberds as you approach.
Hello there. We are.
I have a message for your leader. I must speak to him about the lands of shadow.
Just hold him back for a second.
Yeah, they might be ready for that. Give me a chance.
The two guards kind of look at him. Oh yes, we have heard your kind are going around. You can speak with our leader once they have completed the ceremony.
What ceremony?
The passing of the blood.
Is this a common ceremony or something new?
No, it is. He kind of looks at you like a tourist.
Kind of jealous as paladin.
Yeah.
To be a mage here, one must be blooded, so I'm assuming this is the passing of the blood, you know,
Some sort of.
to allow someone to become...
Yes, the new archmage is to be granted the gift of being blooded so that he may wed the Duchess and lead us into a new age of glory and conquest to take the Iron Throne.
Would love.
I would have thought this would be common knowledge unless you are spies.
No, you see, look, we were coming from far away simply to witness this magical event in person, and our friend here is rather new, but the rest of us are not, we swear.
Here, take a look at this.
From which bloodline do you hail your servitude? He just kind of like, he's just like, kind of like,
Roel.
you can... Are you also a scion?
Yes.
No, Lowell was like, because he didn't know, right? He's like,
No, I'm a baron.
The only bloodline he's heard of was Roel.
You are servants of the Roel line. You have come far from your homeland. Are you agents of the steward?
We are here to help this young gnome.
Halfling.
This young halfling to give a message of security, a warning that there is something engravingly danger coming your way.
I see. We have been given strict orders to not allow anyone to interfere with the ceremony, for it is quite common for enemies to attempt blood theft during such a rite.
Can we incite this guy to see if he's been
Yeah.
controlled to say, because this ceremony's bad? 28?
It seems
He
pretty
seems
straightforward.
pretty straightforward. Yeah, you're not getting any like glazed look or
How long until the ceremony will be finished?
when the sun has finished its descent. It will have been completed, though the actual ceremony itself is scheduled to take place within the hour or so. But it is a long rite. It can take quite some time for all the ceremonies. We can send a messenger to let them know that you have a great important thing you must say.
Please.
And perhaps they could break during one of the moments. But aside from that, there is nothing else we can do for you, I'm afraid.
Let's do that.
Is there any chance that we could at least get like we said, we come from very far. A bit of lodging would be nice, at least temporarily. I hope you understand.
You have come during an awkward time for Myriad. You see, with the damaging of the magic that courses through this land, we have been suffering, and it is only now, with the coming of the great Archmage, that we have our salvation.
Show him the magic and show him you are.
Oh, God. Did you not hear that?
Someone else asked him about the.
This archmage is new.
Yeah, someone. Yeah.
What's his name, this great archmage?
He calls himself Dachin.
That mean anything to anyone?
Gesund.
Again, over.
Yeah, is that something that...
Does that mean anything to anyone?
No, I don't think so.
I see a big burrowing creature, and come to think of it, I think and the plane. I feel like I'm doing.
Oh, married.
Yeah.
In your head, you hear.
Yeah.
I know you are married,
Yes.
but Perhaps you should
beginning.
challenge this upcoming wedding ceremony, by saying that you are a better archmage, and then bring out one of your toys and you can say, I am challenged, I want to be the archmage. And then you say, I will take this duchess as my wife, and...
You know, Merrick's, they probably haven't seen Chronomancy. I could do some really interesting things for you.
both of you can contest for the marriage of this woman, and then
you're gonna
show
back me
them
up,
we
of
need to
course.
interrupt the ceremony to see who is the best archmage.
I will. He had asked for
Right. So the guard, not realizing you're doing this, it's this.
Chill, it's in our heads.
Yes,
but I'm
yeah,
doing this with my hands.
Enough.
Well, what I was going to say is we can take you to some lodgings, but like I said, it is going to be some time before you can get an audience.
I will say enough. You expect me to lodge these people? I will step forward and I am going to shift my clothing into my golden Chimeras outfit.
Oh,
And say, I am no mere, serf. I'm no mere servant. I'm I'm Baron Merix. I am an archmage in my own right, and I am here to challenge for the hand.
I see. This does change things. You go and tell the captain of the guards that we need to interrupt the ceremony. It appears we have a challenger.
That's quite simple, honestly.
Oh, it's happening all the
simple
time.
part. I mean, I'm sure it's about to get.
And I want to clarify, when you did shifting of your, like both guards were like, they step back in amazement at
And-
such magic.
I can make you a persuasion roll. I mean,
The shift weave is gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's he can
I'm not
pull
used
it
to
off
seeing
reasonably
this.
These guards see magic held by like their
Yeah.
king.
well. Yeah.
That's about it. So,
If I had it handy, I'm very sad because I would just whip my vest up and. But
so the guard runs off, and the other one says, "You may enter."
I'm definitely now giving it more. Yes.
I'm
Stride to
focusing
fund
on
it.
my locate object. By the way.
Yes. So you're gonna just follow your way through the castle.
Anyone else find it weird that they said this archmage just showed up suddenly?
Yes.
No, he's definitely our-
He's the one.
He's our peanut.
I think he's the cold rider.
I think about that, but
It
yeah.
could be, or the Cold Rider is coming for him, or because we've seen a lot of opposing forces. I'm saying this all in my head.
Well,
And
I
then-
know.
but he's got the card. I guarantee you, he's got.
Well, I know one thing's for certain. After he's done with us, he'll be riding cold. Am I right?
No, you're not.
Is there any way?
That's in the tattoos, by the way.
Is there any way to like temporarily turn this off?
No.
You got the tattoo.
No.
Paid a terrible price, my friend, but it is for the good of the universe.
I can just picture us all walking, and then all of a sudden we all go and start laughing.
I believe you have to
yes.
be 1 mile away from us.
As you make your way through the open courtyard heading to the keep, several of the guards who seem to have been informed of your arrival have moved their pikes and halberds out of the way to allow you further egress into their.
And I feel they are leading us through the same.
That's right.
Okay.
As you follow and as you begin to make your way into the keep, you feel the pull and you now know where the card is. It is just a bit of a way down some corridors and into a room where you can see there are several guards all standing wait. It says, "You are the ones seeking to challenge."
I am.
Very well. We have alerted the new lord of your arrival. They await you.
I have a question, Merrick, if you don't mind. Yeah. One, how good are you in staying on your feet?
Pretty good.
Two, how would you like for a big entrance?
Yeah, I love big entrance.
Great. I'm just gonna stay close to you and remember, keep your feet on the ground.
Got it? Understood.
No matter where it is.
Yep. By the way, I would like to note that, these tattoos are magic. Merrick's is good at magic.
Yep.
I've been figuring out how to add stickers to people's comments. So, I just get a little whoop, and it's just, your face from the so
You now have a gif of
Yeah,
Voles,
exactly.
so you can just throw up in the chat.
on the other hand, I do follow it with the gif of him singing because, that was amazing. Beautiful.
So the door, the two guards grab the edges of the doors and swing it
I want to
open.
give him some inspiration first. So, in the land of, I'll whisper to him, Moriad, To the world of the blooded, to the throne save for your birthright, to the realms that we cannot see, even though we can't use the weave. All you have to do is believe. There it is.
Love it.
Practicing what I've been doing. Good job.
Because we're the Sunny Bees.
All you gotta do is just start talking. And I'm going to cast underneath Merrick's feet as a ramp, a wall of stone.
Nice.
Ooh, so I was going to say, as you open the door, you see a flight of stairs leading down into a big chamber adorned with various tapestries with the art style reminiscent of what you would see from like the Middle Ages, the armies and the side portraits and the various things like that. And you would see like wars occurring and magic being thrown and flames upon various other hordes of enemies. You see at the very back is a big mountain where large figures clash together with armies on all sides, all rushing at each other. And in the center, you see surrounded by armored figures, there are three people of interest. One appears to be a woman, looking very regal and noble. She's dressed in the attire you would expect someone of nobility or royalty to be wearing, and she is sort of presiding just kind of a bit of a distance away from the other two, where you can see there is another man who is a very similar regal design, but seems to have some physical issues. Like he's got a cane that he's slouched on, and has a little bit of an emaciated leg and seems to be struggling a little bit to keep upright, but is doing so with confidence, chest outward. And then next to them is an interesting looking person. Kind of looks a little out of place. Very tanned skin. Hair that seems to have only recently started to grow out, so very, very short, and a necklace of bones, who has been dressed in very regal, noble attire, but it doesn't seem to fit. You can kind of see he's like itching and scratching at it a lot. It doesn't seem to be like he's used to this sort of thing.
Divine sense.
Divine sense.
You don't get any reception from your divine sense.
So I'll look over to Merrick's.
But as the door is flung open, and instead of using the stairs, you just ride a surf of stone down before, and the individual with the cane turns to face you, as does the tanned one, and they both say, and the tanned one looks at you and says, "You are the one who would seek to claim my rightful inheritance."
Do I sense the card on him?
Yes.
I will observe the conversation.
I mean, anyone feel free to give me group chat, comments here, but I'm going to say, I'm the one who seeks to claim my rightful inheritance.
And who are you to claim such? I have earned the right. I have demonstrated my prowess and power in these dark times, for even though I am not blooded, I command the magic of this land. And several flagstones begin to just rise all around.
Now that they've been in discussion.
That was not magic.
Interesting.
Oh, whoa.
And all the guards are like, "Whoa!" And they're all like in amazement at this show of
Sure.
Not magic.
Okay.
Yeah, but here you go. Now that they've been in discussion,
Yep.
I'm going to click on my Know My Enemy. So, what Know My Enemy does is it allows me to know, basically, if he is a spellcaster, what does he use for his spellcasting? Is it wisdom? Is it intelligence? What is it? And also, it allows me to know basically his strength score, dexterity score, constitution score, armor class, how many HP he has, and what his total class levels are, and fighter levels, if any.
I appreciate that we're basically saying this.
I'm observing him.
This is the competition of Wizards of Oz.
So what I'll do is I'll give you some general information here. Not a spellcaster.
Okay.
Reasonably skilled in fighter.
Okay.
Lots of levels in Scion.
Oh, God.
That explains a lot.
No. Oh, okay, but also, so what would be his highest save? Like, what is he the best in? The wisdom, intelligence?
Wisdom is the highest, yes. Very strong mind.
Well, then, I say I will go in and I will say,
So yes, as these...
wait, Merrick's. Look how powerful he is. And I like put my hand on Merrick's shoulder. I put my hand on his shoulder. Bestow curse.
Okay.
Are you going up to touch him?
Oh, hell yes, I do.
Does he allow it?
Oh, well, if you have to touch him...
I'm
as
very.
soon as
Oh, you know what? Well, I could do my card. I could just throw it.
I was going to say, you are surrounded, and he is surrounded by several
I'm
knights.
very
Could you do a
boisterous.
dramatic? Could you do like a dramatic?
So the flagstone,
reading
the
and sort of
flagstones are in
make it-
the air as he raises his hands.
That far?
And yeah, well, you've just entered in from...
I'm sorry. I thought that he came up to get in his face.
No,
to, like-
he's still
Oh,
standing
no,
close.
then I just throw it across the room at him.
Okay, well, you probably have some crossbows shot at you, but
Is it initiative?
Go for it.
I think we're going to roll initiative, yeah.
Jeez.
But I get that card on.
Yes, you do.